trailist on the verge of the unknown. Eleri with you here on BBC Radio Wales, and my very special guest today is Rinal Patel from Pontypridd, who was recently nominated for a St David Award for all her work abroad, helping those less fortunate than her. And you mentioned a lot of what you've seen and the people you've met over the past 6 years, but is there one particular person or situation that you've come across that has really affected you?
I think in 2013, when I was in the Bolivian Amazon, and I was really thrown in at the deep end a little bit. I was presented with a 13-year-old girl who was pregnant, and it turned out that it was through abuse from her stepfather. When I met her mother, she was also pregnant by the same man, and I just couldn't get my head around it, like how a woman could stay with a man that does these things. But then friends of mine explained to me that the women here, they don't have independence, they don't earn their own money, like what's this woman going to do like with her children? She'd just have to sleep on the street if she didn't stay with this man. And I felt really helpless. It was a really difficult emotion to deal with because I didn't know what I could do, and really I couldn't do anything. Well, I couldn't do much to help this girl. And that's part of what inspired me to set up my charity, The Pursuit of Happiness, teaching human rights and helping women to find their own independence. Yeah. So I gave some of the talks that I gave when I went back to this region was encouraging the girls to get education and not be dependent on their husband and getting pregnant at a young age. And looking forward to other things in life for them and their own independence and dreams.
And I suppose when you saw that girl, you thought of your own upbringing. So I've got to ask you, what kind of upbringing did you have in Tontig?
Well, my parents, my mum's from Africa, Uganda, my dad's from India. They came here with very little. They worked really long hours, over 13 hours a day. We grew up in Pontypridd, above my dad's shop. And yeah, I mean, I had a really diverse upbringing, but it always made me really grateful for everything that I had. My dad always taught us to work hard. My dad grew up with very little himself, and yeah, just value everything and everyone that you have around you.
And talking of India, you went there recently, and you met the Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Wow. How much time did you have with him?
I went to one of his talks, and there are lots of people that are there. So his talk was like 30 minutes long, and then the Dalai Lama kind of leaves after the talk. So I didn't speak to him directly or meet him directly, but just looking at him, like seeing him in person and just seeing like the light beaming from his face and the pure happiness that was emanating from every aspect of my being, his being, it answered my question about what true happiness is, and it kind of formed the basis of what my charity became. So about wholesome giving without expecting anything in return, compassion and being authentic, living a life that's true to you and not what who you think you should be or what other people think you should be. He really inspired me for doing that, and yeah, just regardless of how much money I had or where the money was coming from, I always focused it on what was best for the communities, rather than, like what can sometimes happen, what's best for the funders and the politics and bureaucracy and all of that.
And listen, I've got to explain how you look as well, because you look like a 15-year-old girl, frankly. And you are like this firecracker, totally inspirational. And I'm just thinking, as I said earlier, like all of us have got the power to make a difference, but not everybody actually makes that big step that you have made. Do you think, are you grateful for what you have done in the world of maybe materialism, that you could actually now see the other side?
Definitely, and I was really lucky with that. I don't regret one moment of my career. It taught me so many things, and it made me. There's a famous quote by Jim Carrey where he says that I hope everyone experiences all the fame and money that they ever wanted, so that they realise that it's not the answer. And in some ways it's true. I guess he experience things to know whether it's for you or not, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
I got to the top of, couldn't go any further, and realised it wasn't for me, and then went down a different path.
And talking of a different path, you've got a pretty long path in front of you. Tell us about your next challenge.
So I'm planning to walk the Ganges River, which is around 2,500 kilometres, and give workshops in the communities on the way.
Oh, so basically you're going to be calling in of the communities who live along the river.
Yeah.
And you've got to be pretty tough, and you've got to be able to look after yourself, I presume.
Yeah, so one of the techniques that I use is mindfulness, because I think one of the most important things which a lot of people underestimate is managing your mind, overcoming your negative thoughts like fear and things that could stop you, achieving what you want in life, and then just moving forward with a positive mindset. And if you face any problems, learning how to be calm and then find the solution rather than focusing on the problem. So that's an important part of it, and then also the physical aspect of it, learning self-defense. So I always try to break things up, and with my charity as well, in terms of physical, mental and spiritual, because I believe that by looking after these three areas, that is where you find happiness, and keeping all of those three areas balanced.
Well, we wish you all the very best. And come back and tell us after you've achieved it, all right, and continue this wonderful work that you're doing. You really are inspiring. If you want to follow Rinal's journey, Rinal Patel, as you said, just check out Pursuit of Happiness, your charity as well, and all the information will be there. Lovely to meet you, Rinal.
Thank you.
Let's get a traffic and travel update now. Here's Jules Buckley.
Hello, Henry. Thank you. Good afternoon.
You're amazing.